Hello, Mrparka here to review one from R Squared Films. I almost dropped it. It's distributed by MVD. This is Blood Moon Rising, Lucy's Revenge. This is all new director's cut. I believe there was a cut released that was 82 minutes long, just from doing some skimming online. And this one's 96 minutes long. And this movie is completely ridiculous and probably one of the goofiest things I've ever seen in my entire life. Essentially, it opens up with it's in 1869. There's some gold miners looking for gold, and what happens is it caves in on them after they find this weird amulet thing. The lady who is forcing all this coal mine thinks it's like some sort of witch, and they catch on to her, and she curses her husband and the girl he cheated on her with. It's a really confusing, elaborate, goofy, epic, nonsensical plot here. So basically curses the woman as a werewolf, curses the man as a vampire, and fast forward into the future, into 69 now. And also I must mention there are some, throughout the entire film, but in the very beginning you see it's just like these rocks crumbling in CGI, and it's unforgivably bad CGI. I don't want to be a jerk, but it's just the worst. And it makes it even more ridiculous that it's in there because they have like good gore effects in here. They have like splatter effects and tons of blood and squibs and heads getting busted open and blown open. So I don't understand why the CGI is in there. I mean, I like the effects a lot for fun, gory, splattery film, but I just don't understand why the CGI is in there.
That was a gunshot.
Becky, let's go.
The motherfucking zombies are coming to the door with one with a piece sign and no fucking other hair. God damn, you's a bad motherfucker.
Whoa.
I know karate.
Essentially what happens then is it's 69 and the werewolf is cursed to roam the world, but it's some elaborate curse where if the werewolf kills somebody they turn into a zombie, or if they bite them and they survive they turn into a werewolf, or like a half werewolf type deal. And basically this spreads pretty quick, and a bunch of people get turned to zombies at a party, a bunch of people get turned half werewolf things, and a ridiculous kind of chase thing goes on where they end up back in the old western town for a giant fight, gunfight and whatnot, and there is a independent movie crew there filming, and they join up with them, and characters randomly will just kind of switch sides for seconds and hang out with people, and then all of a sudden they'll just turn bad again. I don't know who's on whose side, what the hell is going on. At the beginning, the best scene I think is the initial party attack when the werewolf jumps on and starts ripping people apart, and there's a couple zombie head splittings, and I was like, that's some pretty cool stuff right there. Like I said, sometimes the CGI, there'll be CGI like across the zombies getting shot, and I'm just like, why? When you just did it so good earlier. But there's an actor in here named David Hayes. He actually worked as producer. I've seen him popping up in some other movies as well. Death by VHS, I think he narrated the voice in. And I believe he was in something else I recently saw. And it's kind of cool that he's just popping in a lot of movies. He plays like a preacher in this. He does a fairly good job. But a lot of the acting is really bad in here. Ron Jeremy does have a cameo in here, and Ron Jeremy nails it like he always does. He actually, it's a very small cameo, but it's very funny. You know, he's pretty good actor, actually. I mean, especially in this type of thing, he just comes in and does his lines and just gets the job done. And in a movie filled with all different sport of bad acting, from overacting, from underacting, from overly dramatic soap opera acting, all sorts of stuff like that. Ron Jeremy is just good. Bad acting is great. If that makes any sense, like his trauma style acting is in here, and he does a good job, and his scene's cute, I guess I'd say. But there's some nudity in here, random nudity spots in here, lots of gore, CGI and practical, tons of monsters, zombies, weird demons, sometimes just guys in masks, like pop up at the end. There's some obvious shout out to Evil Dead here with the book scene in there. I do not care for the lead character at all. I just think he's an annoying dork. but I guess that's what he's supposed to be. But basically, he's just like referencing this weird comic book the whole time, like I can do it. And he's just, I don't know, he seems kind of like a prick more so than a lovable dork. But that's my review of Blood Moon Rising, Lucy's Revenge. This is all new director's cut. It's completely ridiculous, full of gore, good and bad. Just full of weird characters, and it is confusing. It's not necessarily confusing, it's just a lot going on, and just batshit crazy. I don't know what to say. There's a couple parts that actually made me laugh. Sometimes I'll be busting out laughing, and other times I'll just get mad. There's all of them have bad accents, and there's this like stereotypical like pot-smoking black guy in there. There's like a Rastafarian guy, and his scene, what happens to him when he gets thrown into the pits of hell, is actually hilarious. And like some of the acting and things are so ridiculously over the top. I think they're just trying to act bad at points. Some of the actors are, and you kind of pick up on it, and sometimes it's funny.
I sent him to recruitment.
Go ahead. I don't even know these guys.
Motherfucker, after all we've been through, seeing the Sadie and the zombies and the fighting the killers and all the thing, and we gotta go through this now.
What no one can see. When my eyes are closed, I still see the horizon. When nightfall comes, I know it's only a matter of time until the sun.
And there's some really bad CGI again, and a guy's a CGI skeleton walking around. That's all I'm gonna say. Maybe I'll show it. I can't believe they put it in there.
Brothers and sisters, over here, man. I've been to the gates of hell and got the finest ganja from the devil himself. Just delicious. You want some? I know that you do.
Hey. That's mine.
You just can't even imagine. This is like passable. I think that they were well aware of what they were doing at points, but sometimes you're not so sure. But I think some people will get a kick out of this. If you like bad movies, then Blood Moon Rising, you might laugh a lot and then cry afterwards. But thank you very much for watching. Have a good one.